History is rarely written by the defeated, but it is almost always rewritten by the traitor. We are taught to fear our enemies, to watch the horizon for invading armies. But the deepest wounds, the ones that topple empires and change the course of human history, never come from the front. They come from behind. Trust is the ultimate political currency, but treachery is the ultimate shortcut. Tonight, we look at three leaders who stood at the absolute pinnacle of power, only to be brought down not by foreign invaders, but by the very hands they shook that morning. Rome, 44 BC. Julius Caesar is the undisputed dictator of the Western world. He has conquered Gaul, crossed the Rubicon, and defeated his rivals. He believes he is loved. He believes he is safe. He is wrong. Among the conspirators was Marcus Junius Brutus, a man Caesar treated like a son. The conspirators didn't just want Caesar dead. They wanted to sanitize the murder as a public execution for the sake of liberty. To do that, they needed Brutus's untarnished reputation. 23 times the steel bit into his flesh. Caesar fought back until he saw Brutus step forward with a blade in his hand. Wrapping his toga over his face, Caesar's final words weren't a curse, but a heartbroken realization. You too, my child. Rome didn't gain liberty. It descended into a century of civil war. Sometimes, the betrayal of a leader is actually the betrayal of an entire nation. In 480 BC, 300 Spartans held the narrow pass of Thermopylae against a Persian army of hundreds of thousands. They were winning the war of attrition, until a local resident named Ephialtes walked into the Persian camp. For the promise of wealth, Ephialtes revealed a secret mountain path that bypassed the Spartan defense. King Leonidas and his men were surrounded and slaughtered. Ephialtes' name became so cursed in Greece that it literally translates to nightmare to this day. But he wasn't the last to sell out his people for foreign gold. Fast forward to 1532. The Incan Empire is fractured by a bitter civil war between two royal brothers, Atahualpa and Huáscar. When Francisco Pizarro's Spanish conquistadors arrived, they didn't conquer the empire with superior numbers. They exploited a betrayal from within. Factions loyal to the defeated brother Huáscar aided the Spanish, believing these strangers would help restore order. Instead, Pizarro captured Emperor Atahualpa, demanded a room filled with gold as a ransom, took the gold, and executed him anyway. The insider betrayal didn't win the locals power. It sealed the doom of their entire civilization. As the world entered the modern era, betrayal became less about armies and more about the ultimate slow-burn deception. By 1940, Leon Trotsky, co-architect of the Russian Revolution, was running for his life from Joseph Stalin. He hid in a fortified compound in Mexico, surrounded by bodyguards, barbed wire, and machine gun nests. Stalin's secret police knew they couldn't blast their way in. They had to walk in. They used an agent named Ramon Mercader. Mercader spent 2 agonizing years seducing an American Trotskyist regular, building a fake persona as a wealthy, politically indifferent supporter. On August 20th, 1940, Mercader entered Trotsky's study under the guise of asking him to review an article. He brought no gun. Instead, hidden inside his raincoat was a cut-down ice axe. As Trotsky read, the man he considered a trusted friend raised the weapon. Trotsky fought back with ferocity, surviving the initial blow, but died the next day. Mercader had spent years playing a part, sleeping next to Trotsky's inner circle, just to deliver one fatal blow. The perfect assassin isn't a sniper, it's a companion. From the marble floors of Rome to the sunlit patios of Mexico, the anatomy of betrayal remains unchanged. It requires patience, proximity, and a profound masking of intent. The enemy at the gates wants your power, your land, or your life. But the traitor? The traitor wants your vulnerability. History teaches us to build walls, to arm ourselves, and to watch the horizon. But perhaps the truest, most terrifying lesson of leadership is much simpler. Look closer at those who stand beside you. Because the wolves are rarely at the door. They're already in the room.